After growing my print-on-demand business to multiple seven figures and repeating the same strategy to scale a second print-on-demand business to multiple six figures, prior to selling it, I realized one thing to be true. Success is a result of strategy, not luck or special ability. And if you're willing to put in the work, stay consistent, and follow a proven strategy, I've got good news for you. You can do this too. In this episode, I'm gonna be breaking down the strategy that led my brother and I to selling over $277,000 in t-shirts and apparel in just 60 days with Shopify and print on demand. My name's Adrian Von Arx. Welcome to the Print on Demand Playbook Podcast. Hey, what's up? Adrian here. And in this episode, I'm going to be breaking down the steps I followed to make $277,000 in t-shirt and apparel sales in just 60 days with one of my brands so that you can learn and apply the same strategy to create huge income spikes in your business. But just before I jump into that, I've got a huge announcement. I want to invite you to an upcoming free live training that I'm going to be doing on how to make your first $10,000 in sales with Shopify and print on demand, where I'll be sharing the exact strategy that I use to make multiple seven figures in t-shirt and apparel sales across two brands. If you are new to print on demand, this will give you a clear path to profitability. And if you are a POD veteran, this training will give you proven marketing strategies meant to help you multiply your growth faster. Even if you've attended one of my master classes or my trainings before, my goal is to make everyone better than the last. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be interactive. And based on some of the core strategies that my brother Carlos and I teach in our training and coaching program called T-Shirt Legends Academy. With the biggest shopping season of the year right around the corner, this is a great chance to brush up on strategy. And Carlos and I are also going to stick around after the training to do live coaching and answer any and all of your questions. So bring your questions and we will get them all answered. If you would like to attend, all you need to do to register is sign up for one of the two trainings. The first one is going to be Wednesday, September 18th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. The second training, which is going to be the same, is Thursday, September 19th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern. So you only need to sign up for one. But hey, if you want to come join us for both, the more the merrier. We'd love to see you guys. I'd love to meet you guys. Really looking forward to it. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can register for that free training by clicking the link below. And then you can also go to ecomlegendsacademy.com/grow. So I hope to see you there. It's going to be so much fun. I also want to mention that if you can't make it, you can actually sign up and get the replay for a limited time. So if you're working during that time or if it just doesn't work out, not a problem. You can still register for the event and we will send you the replay for a limited amount of time. So hope to see you there. I love meeting you guys. I love interacting and I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. All right, with that out of the way, let's jump into the main event. Now, I'm actually going to break this down into three parts. We're going to get a little heavy on this episode. So if you are in front of a laptop, that probably will be helpful for you. If you prefer to write things down on pen and paper, pull it out because there is a lot of gold in this episode that you can take and you can go today and apply on your business. That is always the goal. Lead with value. So the three parts of this episode are going to be, first, I'm going to share the strategy I follow to build my brand. So I'm going to be talking about the second brand I built, which I scaled to multiple six figures and then sold all within 2 years. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about the strategy that I follow to build that brand. Second, I'm going to talk about the strategy I followed to create a winning design, because that is a critical part of the formula. And part three is going to be how I scaled up one winning design and made over $277,000 in 60 days. So we've got a lot to cover. Let's jump right in, starting with part one. So this is a strategy that I followed to build this brand. And I'm actually going to break up this part into 8 kind of bite-sized pieces, all right? So you can write this down if you want, or you can always just rewatch this. But step one, I chose a profitable niche and only created products and content for that audience. I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but this is a strategy that has always worked for me and it works for my students. So this is what I teach. Now, my brother and I, we started this business together and we actually chose the dog niche, which in retrospect, I would not have chosen if it were just me, for a couple of reasons. First, the dog niche is very broad, making it quite challenging to differentiate and stand out. If I were to start a dog brand today, I would actually niche down further, maybe by a specific popular breed or something like that. And the second reason why I personally would not have chose the dog niche is because I've actually never owned a dog. And I didn't identify with this niche. And I will say, if you are actually passionate about the niche, it does make it a lot more fun and enjoyable. And you just get them better, right? Now, fortunately, my brother was a passionate dog owner and dog lover. So that really helped. And obviously, I really benefited from that. So that's step number one, is I chose a profitable niche and only created products and content for that audience. Step number two, we conducted design research to identify best-selling designs that we could use as inspiration for our own. Step three, we used Canva to create simple designs inspired by bestsellers that we actually found through our own design research. And then we also hired a graphic designer on Upwork to create some of our non-text-based designs. Now, I will say, with how much better Canva has gotten, and with new players in the game like Kittle, which make it super easy to create professional-looking, attractive designs, you probably don't need to hire a graphic designer. You probably don't. Like, this would only be for something that is very challenging to create. And what I've learned over the years and seen from my students' designs is that simple sells, simple designs sell. And a lot of designs, they are very simple, created in Canva or in Kittle. And those are designs that you can scale up to 6 and 7 figures. It's kind of funny because the design that we scaled up, the winning design, was purely text-based. So it was nothing crazy. I did not have a professional graphic designer create it for us. And I actually haven't used a graphic designer in quite some time because of how good Canva and Kittle are now. So I just wanted to mention that. I'm sharing what we did, but I also want to share some things that I wouldn't do today if I were doing this again. So I probably wouldn't hire a graphic designer. But if there is one design that you feel really good about and you have no clue how to create it, then maybe it does make sense. So you do you. All right. Step number 4 was we created a very simple Shopify website. And I mean simple, to sell our products and to promote our brand. Now, I'm big on simple. I know simple sells, and I always tell My students, I always tell everyone, keep everything simple. Simple niche, simple design, simple website, simple marketing. That doesn't need to be complicated, and it shouldn't be. So I highly recommend, especially at the beginning, create a very simple website. Remember, it's the product that sells. It's not the website. So there are some things you want in your website. You want it to look professional. You want it to be trustworthy. You don't want it to have spelling and grammar errors, but you can create a very simple, professional, trustworthy looking website in a very short amount of time. Now, the reason why we chose Shopify, which is all I've ever used when creating e-commerce businesses, is it is an owned platform. So that means that you own your customer data, and we never had to worry about having our Shopify account terminated, which happens regularly on rented platforms like Etsy and like Amazon Merch on Demand. So we did not want to have to deal with that. We wanted to create a brand with our own our own marketing control, our own branding control, and on an owned platform where we owned all that data. Step number 5 is we used print on demand to outsource the printing, packing, and shipping of all of our orders so that we could quickly and easily scale up winning designs and focus on sales generating activity. That's really where you want to get. Like, you want to come up with your niche, you want to create a couple designs just to have something, and then you want to build a very simple, professional looking website so that once you get to that point, you can shift gears and you can start focusing on sales generating activity like design research, like design creation, rolling out more designs, and of course, marketing. So that was step number 5. Step number 6 is we created attractive, high quality mockups from sites like placeit.net, which is still around and better than ever, to use on our website and our social media to enhance our brand, website, and product aesthetic. Good imagery does matter. Good product images matter. Like, this does make a big difference. And sometimes the image can be the difference between not making any designs and that being a design that you can scale up profitably with paid ads. So it is very important. Step number 7 is to get traffic to our website. We used Facebook and Instagram as our primary platform to attract our ideal customer and to convert followers into paying customers. Now, what's nice is that because both Instagram and Facebook are owned by Meta, we would just post to Instagram and it would automatically post to Facebook as well. The same went with paid ads. It's all in one platform, Ads Manager, where you can just have it automatically run your ads on Facebook and Instagram. So essentially, you're getting a 2-for-1. You're getting 2 platforms for the effort of just posting to one. And we love that. We also knew that Meta was the best platform for building a profitable brand at that point in time. And I still believe that is the case, very much so today. We also posted content regularly to Instagram, and then we used paid ads to test new designs to amplify our reach. And we scaled up winning designs with those paid ads, which led to huge income spikes in the business, which we're going to get to in a bit here. But the final step of kind of this part 1 is step 8, and that is we used Klaviyo for email marketing to convert subscribers into customers and to turn them into repeat buyers. It's said that the fortune is in the follow-up, and I've got the receipts to prove that. And if you've had any level of success with email marketing, you know what I'm talking about. It is so critical. It is so key. So we used email marketing to get those first-time sales, and we use email marketing to repeat sales, because we knew that if someone had purchased from us once, that trust had already been built. And if they were happy with the experience, they were very likely to come back and purchase again and again. And that did happen. Not 100% of them. It'll never be 100% return customer rate, but there was a certain percentage of people that did come back and buy 2, 3, 4 times. So we were not only able to increase our sales, but we were also able to increase our profit significantly because email marketing is a much more affordable sales channel than running paid ads. We love running paid ads to acquire new customers, but we love running email marketing to retain new customers. That means to either get them to convert into a paying customer if they subscribe to our email list, or to get them to buy again and again, because we know that with every additional sale after we've acquired them, they become more profitable. So that is sort of the steps, I should say, that we followed to build the brand. So that's part 1. Now let's transition into part 2. And I intentionally broke this up in parts because this is going to be a pretty heavy episode. And so I really want to make this digestible, which is why I broke it up into 3 parts. So let's get into part 2. And that is a strategy that I followed to create a winning design. So the first thing my brother and I did was we made a list of successful Instagram accounts in our niche. This could have been competitors. This could have been dog influencers. This could have been dog accounts, passion accounts. We made a list of these successful Instagram accounts in our niche, and we kept that somewhere where it was easily accessible so that we could continuously refer back to it, because they were always posting new content, and in many cases, new products as well. Second is we identified their best performing content and designs to use as inspiration for our own. Now, the beauty of Instagram is that you can find validation for content and for designs based on the engagement. So we look for engagement in the forms of likes, comments, and shares. And we were looking for disproportionate engagement. So for example, if we were scrolling over all their product posts and we saw that they were averaging about 30 likes, and then all of a sudden we see that one of their products had 1,000 likes and it had all these comments and all these shares and all these people saying that they want to buy it, we would make note of that. We would save that design, and then we would find some way to reverse engineer the virality of that design and use it as inspiration when we were creating our own. We would not copy it. We would not steal it. But remember, success leaves clues. There were a lot of elements that we could take from their winning designs and we could apply those to our own. So that's one thing that we did, and that worked really well for us, as you're going to find out soon. But the third thing that we did to create a winning design is we posted our own content and designs regularly to social media. We also reshared viral style content. So we would always give credit to the original creator. But if we did see a viral style piece of content on a dog inspired account, then we would post that on ours as well. And we would usually get a decent amount of engagement. Now, you're going to see where this becomes strategic in a second here. So that leads me to step 4 in this process. And that is anytime that we noticed disproportionately high engagement on a product post or a content post. Let's start with product posts. If we ever notice disproportionately high engagement on a product post in the forms of likes, comments, or shares, we would take that as validation to run paid ads to that design. So we started our social media channel from zero. We did not have a large social media following. I just want to make that very clear when we actually created our big winning design. And I will also say that many times our ads weren't profitable. They were either not profitable, they were break even, or they were only profitable at low budgets. So every time we tried to spend more on ads to that design, it would either get to break even or unprofitable. So although we did lose some money before we made money, we always tested with low budgets and only ever increased the budget on the profitable ads. We were always taking calculated risks. My brother and I, we are not gamblers. We do not like gambling. And so we were always very calculated in our approach. And one of the ways that we were able to do that was to use small budget ads. Now, we also had a bit of a mindset shift. So we thought of ads as an investment to reach new potential customers on social media, to acquire email addresses that we could later convert into customers and gather valuable analytics on who was interacting with our Facebook ads, which allowed us to optimize our content designs and ads based around those who were interacting and actually purchasing from our brand. That's obviously very, very important. And what we noticed is that most of our customers, this was not really thought of at the beginning, this kind of just evolved over time. So we noticed that most of our customers were female and that our best sellers were almost always funny and relatable designs. So we doubled down on that type of content and designs. Step number 5 is anytime we notice disproportionately high engagement on a content post, also in the form of likes, comments, or shares, we would try to convert the content into a design and test paid ads to it. So this is where things actually get really exciting. This is where everything changed for our brand, for this particular brand, which leads me into part 3 of this episode. And that is how we scaled up one winning design and made $277,000 in 60 days. Let's talk about it. So we're just gonna have story time here. So one day, we posted a funny, relatable quote. It was actually a reshare of a funny, relatable quote that we had seen on another account. And right away, we noticed that it got significantly more engagement than we had ever gotten on one of our content posts. And we knew right away that we needed to turn this into a design. So in record time, we were very motivated. In record time, within 24 hours, we figured out a way to alter the slogan so that it was 100% original. We added a collection of products with that slogan on it. And immediately we sent out a new arrivals email and we began running paid ads. What happened next transformed our business. So sales started coming in almost immediately after sending out that new arrivals email and running those paid ads. The next month, or I should say the month prior, I just want to give you some numbers here for context. The month prior to creating this winning design, we did around $5,800 in sales. So that's not profit, that's revenue, that's sales. The next month, that climbed to over $28,000 in sales. The next month, it climbed to over $52,000 in sales. And the next month, it climbed to over $143,000 in sales in a single month. $143,000 in sales in a single month. Within a 60-day period, we had made over $277,000 in sales. And almost all of that was driven by this one winning design. Just from the credit card points alone, my brother was able to go on a trip to the Caribbean with his wife for a week. That is the power of a winning design combined with an effective marketing strategy. And everything we did, you can do too. There was no magic here. I am not a guru. I am not a marketing genius. I have no special abilities. These same results, they are available to you if you learn and apply a proven strategy. everything changed for that business after coming up with that one winning design and scaling it up with paid ads and email marketing. And when we created it, when we created that winning design, that's essentially what we rode on for a very, very long time. Now, what I will say is that we continued to roll out new designs all the time. This was always part of our strategy, and it should be part of your strategy too. You can ride a winning design for a long time. Like, I've rode winning designs for years. And one of my best selling designs right now is from 2017. So you can ride these out. But the thing is, you don't just want to be a one-hit wonder. I don't want that from you. I want you to be an absolute hit maker. So this is why I frequently tell my students, you are just one design away. One winning design can transform your brand and your life. Fortunately, I've been able to create multiple winning designs throughout the years. And like I said, that should always be the goal. So what you want to do to build a profitable and sustainable brand is you want to regularly release new designs. And what you want to do is you want to learn and optimize from your best sellers. Not only that, so you want to learn and optimize from your own bestsellers, but you also want to learn and optimize from your competitors' bestsellers and from viral style content. Because for this particular design, that is what changed the game. Take clues from successful content and products and use that as inspiration to create your own original content and products. Now, just to kind of loop back and put a bow on this story, within 2 years, we grew the business from 0 to multiple 6 figures and sold it all within 2 years so that I could continue focusing on growing my other print-on-demand business. And my brother, who was actually working a full-time job and had another business of his own, a cleaning business, he continued growing his other business. So that is it. That is the story. That is really the summary of everything. I hope you stuck with me. I hope that all made sense. I know that was quite a bit, but if you do feel like you missed some things there, just listen to this episode again and again. That's the beauty of it being out there. You can just listen to it anytime you want. But those are the steps we followed. So with that, I'm going to wrap up this episode. But if you enjoyed this episode, I just want to remind you that you will not want to miss the free live training where I'm actually going to go more in depth on starting a print-on-demand business, on proven marketing strategies, and I'll be sharing a number of proprietary frameworks that I created for T-Shirt Legends Academy. And that also, I want to mention that Carlos and I will also be sticking around after the call to do live coaching. It is always a good time. It is high vibing. It is positive. It is so much fun. You're going to learn a lot. You know, my motto is lead with value, so I will not hold back. There's no gatekeeping here, and I can't wait to meet a bunch of you. So I really hope to see you there. If you can make it, be sure to click the show notes below to click on the link to register, or go to ecomlegendsacademy.com/grow. Remember too that if you can't make it for any reason, you can sign up and get the replay for a limited time. So there's no excuse, all right? This is going to be gold, and I can't wait to meet you and to help you and to support you and to get all of your questions answered. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Go out there, take action, and remember that you're always just one design away. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Print on Demand Playbook Podcast. If you enjoy this episode, please help us out by leaving us an honest review on whichever platform you're listening from. Thank you for being a listener. We appreciate you, and we will talk very soon.